You came in pretty strong, 2-1 victory. You know, you would obviously would have liked to do over 70, but I mean, look, that's obviously pretty decisive. Tell me your thoughts.
I mean, I don't know if I'd like to do over 70. I mean, I'd like to do over 80 or 90, but the reality is that over 50 is great. And, you know, you're in an environment today where there's an anti-incumbency sentiment everywhere in the country. And so just getting a 2-1 margin is a huge validation for the work we've been doing over the last 8 years. And I'm just really thankful.
So the council race is kind of an interesting finish, right? I mean, you were saying looking at about a 6-3 at least to replicate what happened at 17. And, you know, there's a loss at E, there's a loss at F. We're going to run off at C. And I guess you could argue that the B race won't be called formally until tomorrow. So what do you think about that?
I mean, the B race is, from my standpoint, I think we're pretty comfortable that we're going to win that one. A, B, C is going to run off. D, we won at large. Look, I think the result is very good. Better than it was 4 years ago, with the chance of it being 7-2. We're going to work hard for Rich, and the goal is to get him over the finish line, and we're starting tomorrow. So I was hoping to rest, but that's what we're going to do.
All right. So speaking of November 3rd, you've seen and you've heard the chatter that Steve Fulop for Governor 2025 is highly likely. It started already. In earnest, of course, but it's making the way on Twitter and other social, and that's been whispered in back rooms, so on and so forth. So we don't even know who the governor's going to be at the end of today yet, but what's your thoughts on that right now?
I mean, not a lot. We got a lot of work to do here, and so I would just say, look, we'll see where things go, but the priority is going to be Jersey City. I'm not going to take my eye on the ball here, and it ultimately is about doing the best job here, and we got some policy initiatives that I'm very excited about, and that's where we're going to go.
And finally, anything about today that surprised you at all?
You know, I thought that the Ward E race would have been a little closer. James has been a good councilman, but I thought Jake ran a good campaign. But I got a good relationship with James and looking forward to working with him for another 4 years. I think Jermaine didn't get the credit that he deserved for a lot of the things that he pushed forward. But the people in Ward F spoke very loudly and clearly that they wanted to go in a different direction, and would try my best to build a bridge with Frank. And then finally, you know, I think the most important thing for me is to figure out where to get Lewis and some of the other council candidates involved in a meaningful way in the administration. A lot of them had really great ideas and initiatives that we probably could overlap on and figure out ways to work together. So that's the priority.